Undergrunt.
Number one is a hard time in the making. Number two is the one place I'm not taking.
You didn't touch anything, did you?
No!
Good, because all my filth is arranged in alphabetical order. This, for instance, is under H for toy.
What is it?
It's a penis stretcher! Do you want to try it?
No.
I'm just kidding. It's yet another in a long series of diversions in an attempt to avoid responsibility.
Number one is a hard time in the making.
In a small little ship in the center of Mars was a sack of souls with experiment scars. When the psychedelic monk said, I'll take two, and he put them in a rocket and he ate a lot of glue. And he shot them straight to Earth. When they turned into babies, they were named Bob and Matt, and they rarely got rabies. And the monk made a movie of their whole entire lives. They were panoramic scenes and zooms of the thighs. One time Bob had sex with a ladle, and one time Matt lost a vet to a cradle, and another time Bob caught a dinosaur mom, and another time Matt bought a replica of Guam. And all this more is on a DVD set, only $20.99 with the purchase of a gem. But if you call right now and say, where's my whisk, we'll include this bonus disc.
Hey, welcome to Bonus Disc! I'm Bob Rose, and with me is Matt P.A., the Grand Master of Bonus
just the guy who
Disc.
comes and talks about stuff.
Whatever.
There's nothing else going on.
And with us is Jerrod Bronson. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for being here. Matthew, you're hosting this.
I haven't done anything.
Good job, Matt.
You were in
The
the caravan
only thing
for my.
I drove him here. I'm
You
the
did.
chauffeur for the show.
You
That's
did.
it.
See, the host.
about it.
And,
I just
and
used
also
all the energy
chauffeur.
I had to say hi to
Well,
everybody.
goodbye, Bob.
I'm out. I'm gonna fall asleep. I hope you guys remember
I
that
almost
movie.
fell asleep watching this.
Bob,
legitimately.
you are the Miles Silverberg of Bonus Disc, and I respect you for that.
Thank
You're the
you.
producer that works his tuchus off to make this happen, and I support you for this,
The
Bob.
tu-
so
I
thank
feel
you.
like the Tookus thing took it into weird territory,
Yeah,
man.
why did you censor yourself like that?
I don't know.
We
Things
watched-
and such.
We watched the Uwe Boll movie because he's
Why
a
not?
fucking artist, and we respect him on this podcast.
Yes.
And he made a movie called "In the Name of the King,"
A Dungeon Siege.
a Dungeon
tale.
Siege tale. And we watched the theatrical cut, not the director's cut. The director's cut is another hour long.
I kind of want to see it. But
Which I'm gonna assume, really, like you said, Matt.
It's mostly battles.
It's
It
gonna
has
be.
to be.
It's all fighting.
There's going to be so many more battles for no reason.
Battles or just Matthew Lillard just rolling around on the ground, like throwing temper tantrums. And
becomes like
just,
a fetish movie of him getting
Yeah,
spit on and shit.
It's like a rave, a medieval rave with Matthew Lillard like leading it while the king's
a
gone.
15-minute gauntlet toss scene where he's just throwing more and more gauntlets at soldiers in a very, very my God.
Yeah,
man.
the only reason this was notable in our lives was because I watched this like years ago. This came out in 2007, and it was that one scene with Matthew Lillard throwing a gauntlet
It's so good.
at this guy that no one knows.
That's
And
some dude.
I watched it, and I was like, Matt needs to see this scene.
Yeah, and then you showed it to me. And I was like, "That's great." And yeah, I never watched anything else.
Until today.
I was like, "That's all I need to see." If
It
apparently-
really is. After watching it again,
When you said that was all you need to see, I was like, "I'm gonna take Bob's
it's-
word for it," because that was.
I got, you know
retarded
what?
and
I'll
nothing.
there's other stuff in it that's pretty funny.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
but that was the best thing in the movie to me. Anyway,
I have to honestly say, I do believe that the amount of guest stars, the amount of like actors in that movie, someone was dying. I mean, that's basically something that you use for like
Yeah.
for like telethons or just. I mean, the amount of like really there. Why?
I think
why
now this is
blackmail or drugs.
recall.
One of the two.
Because I remember when Uwe Boll was big, when this was all happening, because he was like the big, bad, awful director that everyone hated for a while. I remember that he said in an interview like in 2007 or 2006 that, which is, God, like fucking 10 years ago now,
Yeah.
Shit.
he said that he basically got actors who were in their off season. So basically, he put out a call to any name actors that had nothing to do for like the shoot months. You know what I mean? So basically, these are actors who just were like, I could either make this much money or do nothing, and they chose to make money.
But Burt Reynolds, I mean, here's the
get to
thing:
go
you
to
can literally
Germany for
just
like a
sit
month or
down,
Yeah.
just sit down on your ass and just rewatch your old episodes of Evening Shade and count your money. That's all you could have done that, and
Now,
we would still respect you
Jerrod,
slightly.
I just read some trivia on IMDb, and he's actually the only actor that wanted to be in the movie. which is great. And now I'm sure he didn't know how bad it was going to turn
Oh
out.
no, he knew. Oh, he knew.
Maybe,
I
but
don't
he
know.
wanted to be in a period film because no one had ever cast him, rightfully fucking so,
Yeah, he did-
in a
he didn't
period
even
movie.
try. He didn't even try.
Here's the thing. I mean, his role was comical, to say the least, in this movie. But honestly, I just had this thought. What if actually had Norm Macdonald playing his Burt Reynolds character as that character in the movie?
Well, that would be amazing, but
You can only ask for so much. You can only
dreams
ask for
like that don't come true. Okay, that doesn't, and it'll be released in theaters. This was in theaters, so to have Norm Macdonald playing Burt Reynolds,
A theater.
A theater.
Somewhere in Lorraine, Texas. $2 theater for 4 days. 4 days.
I saw it at Owings Mills.
I wish I saw.
I saw it in theaters.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, sweet Jesus Christ.
whatever. It.
Oh,
Look,
wow.
You paid money.
Wow. On a large screen.
Yeah. I saw how. I mean, we talked.
yeah,
we
we
have
saw
a House of the Dead episode. I saw House of the Dead 4 times.
In the theater.
In the
So
theater.
much money you paid directly to him.
Yeah.
It's sad.
I'm a fan. I think his career is a masterpiece. Not the movies. It's the career.
It's a testament,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah,
of
no.
just contempt and just. I respect him for that. That's like he just doesn't care.
No,
He just does not.
there's
care.
a fuck you mentality to the whole thing. Like, I'm gonna do it, act like it's fine, and if you say anything wrong, I hate you. That's amazing.
And
mean,
by
you
the
think
way,
he doesn't
you
think
still
it's
gave me
fine?
money for this. You gave me money to bankroll my batshit crazy vision time and time and time again.
He's made like 12 movies or something, right?
Oh, more than that.
Jesus Christ almighty.
He's made a
And-
lot
all
of
We haven't
shit.
even started talking about the movie.
There's a reason.
Yeah, well, some stuff happens still. Still has
All
to
right.
be talked about.
So the movie opens with Ray Liotta
Kissing Lily Sobieski,
Yeski,
which is
in a
disgusting.
bed.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
It's like the Gene Simmons sex tape, but just only in a kiss. That's how sad and
No
frightening
pun
it is.
intended.
He's
Oh.
like sucking.
Sorry, I.
Yes.
Yeah.
Applaud you,
Yeah.
sir. Applaud you.
Yeah.
He's sucking something out of her.
Which we
that
don't
doesn't
know.
make any
yeah.
sense until the end of the movie.
Well,
But
also-
still doesn't
and
make
even
any
that
sense,
doesn't
yeah.
make any-
Because he's sucking something out of her, and while that's going on, some place somewhere else that's very beautiful
It's
all
being
of a sudden
shown.
turns into fucking fire and brimstone.
Which is a still picture from the Lord of the Rings
Yeah.
like DVD cover,
Yeah.
just with a cherry blossom tree, just to throw it off the,
It looks
throw it
like
off the trail.
a desktop background you would download from a Lord of the Rings website.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? That's what it looks like, and it's just slightly like panned. You
Half
know?
this movie was basically just like a drunken Sarah Brightman concept album. I've come to realize that now. Like it's just so much, so many things of just that might as well happen. I mean, just oh god.
You could what was the name of that band? Rhapsody of Fire? Rhapsody?
Oh, Rhapsody. Yeah.
Yeah, you ever heard Rhapsody?
No, I
Oh,
haven't.
they're
Luca
awesome.
Torelli.
Luca Torelli, any of that stuff?
No.
Okay, he's like
Oh.
this Italian. He made an album with Saruman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Christopher Lee.
Christopher
God.
Lee
Christopher
made a
Lee.
metal
Oh yes,
album with
I heard
him.
about this. Yes.
This movie, I feel like you could have just re-edited it into his music videos.
Dude, you could have had a better plot if you took the fucking Legend of Ice Steel album and just made that album a
Yeah, all of
movie.
his
It would
albums
make
are
way more
stories.
sense.
They tell stories.
Oh Jesus.
And they are better stories
They're
than
way
this
better.
movie.
Dude,
It's-
Ancient Forest of Elves is one of my favorite songs
It's
of all
great.
time.
It's great. We're not even talking about the
poor
movie.
man's Clint Manswell. Just like make it. It's like let's get the music maker for like say Requiem for a Dream or like Ryan Ravel from like the '90s or whatever. Let's get their less talented like non-pay scale like understudy. It's like, here's a song. I want you to make a song that encapsulates goblins and sorcery and magic and really badly written political intrigue and ninjas too.
Oh, ninjas. Gotta have ninjas.
But just don't be sober when you write it. Just
No,
don't
and
be sober.
make sure that the guy that scored the movie was
Oh, Lord.
redirecting the movie too,
Yeah.
because every emotion is like coming. There's no emotion in the movie,
Yeah.
but the whole soundtrack is. Dude,
it's so loud.
It's so loud
It's
and
insanely
so
loud.
It's
dramatic.
Peter Gabriel karaoke.
There's like shit going on, like someone being attacked, and it's playing this like you should be floating through like a space nebula music, and you're like, why?
It's like
is
the
this
end of
happening?
2001 or
Yeah.
something. What?
Wait
that?
a minute,
Why?
there's people being hung. Hold on.
No, it's actually to my prog rock side band. This. Here you go. Here's some can while fighting some orcs. I'm sorry, Krug. Which,
Oh yeah,
we're
hold
not
on. We'll
there
get to it.
yet.
We're not
Jesus
there yet.
Christ.
Okay, so they're making out. He's sucking magic out of her, which we didn't know. His face is all veiny.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
And the Nice Kingdom. I'm saying
It's
it
not
like
even
like
Nice
it's a
Kingdom.
children.
They say what that place is later. They say
Is
it's he's like, this is a refuge for wizards and sorcerers.
Which we only ever
And
see
he's like,
two
but
wizards.
it's normally beautiful.
Right.
And there's only 2 in the movie.
Right, and so
Yeah.
that place turns evil.
Yeah.
And then John Ryhs-Davies.
Is somewhere.
Who's
With a
in the-
magical wig. With
That's
a-
right.
he's
One of the main
amazing.
characters from Lord of the Rings is in this movie.
Yes.
And he is
awesome.
wearing a wig that is not for his head. It's
No.
awesome.
So basically, he
He's-
just stole costumes from Lord of the Rings set after the
Yeah.
initial filming, and he smuggled them over to Uwe Boll. Which is
But
like,
not for himself.
no, God, no.
No.
He saved the wigs for himself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He looks bad though. He looks like he has
No, he looks like he's dying.
like he got hepatitis or something.
It's
Like
not
he looks
good.
sickly. It's
Yes.
bad. Anyway, so he
Well, he's like in a field somewhere.
He-
He just goes like,
oh
like he
no.
looks.
And he turns into black powder and
flies
then
through
floats-
the air and shows up at the dark place, and there's people doing something. There's all these people doing something.
Well, no, dude, that's a shot of Mordor. It wasn't
It
even.
is, but they don't. There's no close-ups to show what they're doing, if it's nefarious or evil in any way.
Anyway,
I'm sorry.
And John Ryhs-Davies just stares at it, and you're like, "What the fuck am I looking at?"
I just realized how that movie begins. It reminds me of the MST3K Deathstalker in the Warriors from Hell, where it's just like
Jesus.
this ridiculous fucking just this ridiculous like sorcerer issue is just happening right off the bat. There's already an established villain. It's like, but why does this?
but you realize we're an audience, right? We don't live in this world.
Yeah.
I don't know
We need
what's
to be told
happening.
a few things.
like just
Like,
like
what the
consistent.
fuck a krug is?
Coherent
I still don't know
dialogue.
what a krug is. I watched a 2-hour film that featured nothing but krugs. I don't know what they are. That's insane.
They're $10,000 works of art.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway,
Oh god.
so that okay. What happens after that?
No, it's this.
Then
No,
it's
oh,
a
we got the
farmer.
farmer. Yeah.
Farmer,
So
yeah.
Jason Statham, the star of the movie, is a farmer named Farmer. Who his character is established in this scene as having a wife, a kid. His best friend is Ron Perlman, and he knows how to farm. That's all
And
we
his
know.
wife is Claire
And
Forlani.
also,
Claire Forlani
also
from
he
Mallrats.
throws a boomerang. He throws a
Oh, he
And he
boomerang.
can
knows how to
throw a
use a
boomerang,
boomerang.
and he's British.
Yes,
He's British for
yes.
some reason. No one else is British.
No, that's no. The Black Knights are
The Black
underneath
Knight
the-
is.
yeah.
underneath King Burt Reynolds.
King
which
Burt
I'm just
Reynolds
saying
is
King
just-
Burt Reynolds, which
Yeah.
just sounds awesome.
Yeah.
When I first heard about this movie, I thought Burt Reynolds was the wizard, and I was like, I'm so in.
Oh man.
And then
him-
it was like, oh, he's the king, and I was like, ah.
you know what? I would say that I think Ray Liotta's more miscast as a wizard than Burt Reynolds.
He would have been a better king.
I get it.
I don't
He
know,
looked like
man.
Liberace. He looked
Dude,
like a
Burt
perfect
Reynolds
Liberace.
fucking.
Oh no, you're right.
jumping
Now you're right.
and floating and shooting fireballs would have been so
It
good.
would be
While
pretty
chewing
funny.
gum.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because he always
So,
seems like he doesn't care. Anyway,
Wizard.
so farmer, like I said, he's a family man. He's a farmer, and he has a best friend Ron Perlman. That's really all we know. Then him and then his wife and kid leave his farm to go to sell shit.
To sell shit and like meet up with I guess her brother.
Her brother in
and her
another village,
parents.
and her parents in another village.
Right.
They say that, but he gets to the village while it's being attacked
Oh,
on foot
yeah, like in a minute.
in a
It-
minute, so they didn't even go
but they
anywhere.
act like they're going really far away.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm gonna
And did she
stay. I
actually
gotta farm.
trade
It's
with
what
anyone?
I do.
Did she actually trade with anyone? Or was she just telling the story about, well, they thought they could take advantage of me because I'm a woman. I took advantage of them because I'm a woman.
I think we're just not
It's
shown
really,
it. I guess,
like-
but she went on a journey that was so long that she had time to do business.
And her makeup. I mean,
and her
makeup
makeup
stayed
was
tight the
good,
entire
man.
movie.
Yeah, maybe it's Maybelline. Like she looked good. Yeah. So he's just left home alone with Ron Perlman in the stables, and then all of a sudden they get.
No, Ron Perlman's in the town. He's alone at the house.
I thought he was in the stable.
No,
No,
he
no.
was.
He's in a
not
stable
too-
in the town. He gets there and he goes. "What took
Oh,
you
that
so
was a.
long?"
No, because
Look, man.
the truck goes after Jason Statham first, and then he runs down like a road, and that's when he sees Ron
Perlman, what took you so long?
Yeah.
Right, because he uses
Yeah.
the boomerang first and actually running at the Krug with the big ass scimitar he has, jumping through the goddamn air.
Oh, yeah,
we
well,
skipped something.
I mean-
skip one thing.
What?
Already, the king had gotten a scout show up. A scout showed up at the king and was like, there's a bunch of Krug that killed my whole team. And then
by the way,
Matthew Lillard goes...
By the way, the Krug are like orcs.
Shut up.
Go
Well,
ahead.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
Matthew Lillard goes like, that's like a dog holding a sword. And that's it. That's it. As for an explanation of where the Krug come from, what purpose they serve in society, why everybody just is okay with their existence and not losing their shit, that there are rock monsters everywhere. He says that one line and then they never address it. They're just like, you get it. They're the Krug and they're like dogs.
In broad daylight.
What?
In broad
It's almost
fucking
like-
daylight.
Fuck me.
They all look like fucking bad Toxic Avenger cosplay costumes.
The Putty Rangers.
Bad.
They
Putty
are,
Rangers,
They are just.
man.
They are just. They are used Putty Rangers. Basically, they just look broken
Well,
by
it's
life.
because their body is like a vest.
Yeah.
It's not like part of their body. It's like on their body, and it looks bad.
It
It's
does. I
really
saw
bad.
straps towards the end. I did like when one
Right,
of them
yeah.
flipped over. It's
like
really,
like I
that's-
said, if these were like supposed to be humans in that world that were just dressing like this, I'd be like, okay.
They're weird.
But they're supposed to be
Weird.
goblin orc creature things.
like, I couldn't tell if they were wearing armor or
that was
were
their body.
Yeah, were weird.
Like, put it
It's
this-
never fucking. Yeah.
Also, speaking of too, the first few minutes of the movie are ripe with like some pretty solid special effects for the time. Like for 2007, 2008.
I mean, the special effects are
the special
fine.
effects were okay. Like the CGI in the beginning was great,
Yeah.
but then once you see the costumes, you realize,
Yeah, you're like, oh.
wait,
that's
wait.
over.
All the money you could have spent on
That.
proper, Krug, Goblin, whatever the fuck you want to be costumes, could have used on some half decent practical effects and a little bit of CGI. Your budget makes no goddamn sense.
No, it's all over the place. Like the critics.
Hey,
I mean, you could say anything. You could say you could have worked on directing the actors to say shit
yeah,
differently.
you could have filmed more than
We
one
can't-
take of
yeah.
things.
This is on Netflix, and I can't convey enough that you need to see it to see the actors deliver the lines. And
It's
these are actors
terrific.
that we've seen in other things be good,
Yeah.
and
They
they're
have a nice, rich, filmography of like some good movies.
Yeah.
Some dramatic, some humorous,
Right.
some action.
there's
but just-
range.
There's only two people who like act in this movie, and that's
Lillard.
Lillard and I'm gonna say Ray Liotta, but it's not even really because his face is so Botoxed up. It's like a
Yeah.
weird flesh opening and
No,
sounds coming out of
Him
it.
and Reynolds
It's
both
really
have a
weird.
facelift Botox thing
He
going
has
on.
no
Mouth
upper
look
lip. I
crazy.
realize that he has no upper lip. It's just fucking teeth.
Yeah.
It just freaks me out. It's just like he does that fucking that John Lithgow-y not top lip smile, and it's like a bad fucking like sadistic dentist or something. It's
Dude,
freaking
his
scares
whole
the
but
shit
his
out
whole
of me.
face is just like the thumb, It's just like, it's hard and like it's like callous thumb, man. I tell you what, I'd love
Hard.
to see him and like Mickey Rourke fight with their faces only.
Oh Jesus!
It'd be like mountains hitting each other. It'd be great. Anyway,
With Sarah Jessica Parker as the referee, also
Jesus.
just a tragic night of comedy with that one.
God, so just a movie where it's the three of them like trapped in a box together, so it's just the camera on their faces.
they can only interact with their heads.
Yeah.
It's just
All trapped
the sound
in
of
a leather,
granite
in a
just
leather
rubbing
sack.
against.
In a wet leather sack. Oh god.
Okay, so Farmer is killing a bunch of Krugs with his karate moves.
He's such an amazing, amazing.
Never been
fighter.
established, never was explained really why he's such an amazing fighter. He's Jason Statham.
Exactly. It's like were there like Marines or were there like secret like spies
Oh,
back in this?
this was actually
bizarre
kind of super
world.
hilarious throughout this whole movie. There's the scene where Claire Forlani's on the cart and she's like, the kid's like, "Why is Dad called Farmer?" And she's like, "Because your father believes that you should be named what you are, what you do, because it's what your life is about, and blah blah. Like it's that's
Right.
what he believes, man.
Right, yeah.
Like that's what you do. You spend all your time doing that.
Farming, yet
But somehow he's this insane killing machine. And all the whole movie just keeps being like, "I'm just a farmer." And it's like, where did you learn how to do any of this
And he
stuff?
attacks so effortlessly also.
yeah.
Like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
one of those, now this is happening.
okay.
Well-
and fucking just goes in fucking like balls deep, sword swinging. Like, yep,
the funny
another
thing is which I learned while I was looking stuff up. We were joking about how he's probably like an ex-CIA agent or something, and he traveled back in time. What I forgot was, and what I read is that the second and the upcoming third movie are both both about people from modern day traveling back in time.
So they just never. That scene wasn't in this movie.
That wasn't, but like Dolph Lundgren in the second one is like a Navy SEAL who traveled back in time, and the third one is Dominic Purcell's a Bulgarian hitman who travels back in time. The fact number one too that also assumes that this is the history of us now.
Yeah.
Like
This is
when
us
the
going back
Krug
in time.
existed in the same universe
It's
time
as
travel,
Paris
not
Hilton.
dimensional
In
travel.
this-
Time travel.
Keep in mind also too, when we first meet the farmer and his son, who looks like some fucking like throwback Anakin Skywalker looking tool. I hate that little bastard so much.
Yeah.
They're basically pulling turnips out. They are turnip farmers.
Yeah.
They are simple folk.
Oh, it's
Men
a
of the
big
soil.
turnip. It's a big turnip.
farmer. They are. And a turnip farmer
Do you know what it
that
takes to
can
take
kill.
Yeah, you know what it takes to get a turnip out of the ground, man? Those things
I
are
played
tough.
Mario too. I know.
If you
It takes
pull
effort.
over 3,000
Three
turnips
pulls.
out of the ground, you know karate.
Yeah.
Okay?
Where's
It's
that
like
montage?
science, man.
Where's
It's like
that
once you
montage?
learn how to kill a man with a turnip, you can pretty much kill them all the time.
Oh, and Ron Perlman knows how to kick ass too. Well, that's what I'm saying. The casting is just like, oh, well, he's Jason
No, they
Statham.
sort of explain that later.
Or Ron Perlman, yeah,
A
well.
little bit.
Well, we were waiting to see like what other type of like ridiculous cameos would appear in that movie. Like I was hoping for Danny Trejo or Eric Roberts.
No.
Which is
Oh
where
my
Eric
God,
Roberts will
Eric
probably be in the
Roberts-
third one. He has to.
Eric Roberts.
There's
needed
no
to
way
be in
Danny
this
Trejo
movie.
is not in the second or third one. He's
Oh, he's
got to
gonna
be
be in the
one
second
of those two movies.
Mark Dacascos, you know, fucking Udo Kier. Udo
Yeah,
Kier
Udo
has to
Udo
be
Kier should have been
in
in
the
one of
second
these.
one. Just Udo Kier can play anything, and I love him for that.
God
What,
damn.
anything. He can play Udo Kier
Kier
and be
in anything.
Yeah.
and anything is made better with Udo Kier.
Yeah,
so that's how it is.
He's
yeah.
basically kind of like the Gary Oldman, except just without having actually to become a character. He's just,
No, he's just, he has no range, but doesn't matter because the one thing he does is perfect.
Yeah,
so
you're like, I need a creepy guy you can't really tell where he's from. And
I need a creepy guy I never want to see orgasm. That's it.
Oh,
I gotta frame that poster. or
God,
something.
so
I gotta
watch Blade 1 just for his
Just
bits.
that. Which is the movie. Now, we're just totally off topic.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if I think that Uwe Boll ever wanted to live up to a movie, for some reason I always feel like he just wants to make Blade. You know what I mean?
Blood Rain.
Well,
right
no,
there.
I'm just saying, like, everything he does just feels like that era,
Yeah.
that type of movie.
Yeah.
That is what he wants to do with everything he does, and he never even gets close.
No.
You know, he just sees Blade. He looks at a Blade poster at night and just stares at like, I will one day reach you, and that's all he's ever wanted to do.
It's like a bouncer that watches Roadhouse every night.
Yeah,
Like,
like, one day I shall be him. But yeah, he never has reached Blade even remotely at all.
oh shit,
Good.
Lorenzo Lamas would have been perfect in this movie.
Yes, I wish.
All right, so
Okay, we can talk about-
all topic.
Are we? I mean, we're about as on topic as the movie was with its
Yeah.
own plot.
This is very true.
Okay, so the Krug are attacking the town. Ron Perlman's a badass. Jason Statham's the baddest of asses. His wife gets
Kidnapped.
You see her? She's ringing a bell. The whole fucking town is already like
The town that she's in,
Under
not Jason
siege.
Statham's town. Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Well, no,
under
but
siege
he's there. He gets there.
Well, he's running there
in like
as-
10 minutes.
Yeah, he
No,
gets
he's
there.
there.
He gets there within like
he
a
gets
few
there
minutes.
pretty fast.
Right.
But she's in the tower, and the things are coming to get her, and then he's like, I'm going to go get her out of the tower, and it's on fire, so he thinks she might be dead.
But
And
then
while
also,
he's doing that,
They kill the kid.
right, but
Ray
Ray
Liotta
Liotta
has, like,
he's transferring into one of the Krugs when like the
Then now
captains
wait,
they
there's
get.
two
There-
classes of Krugs. There's like
I
a
don't think, those not Krugs, those other things are conjured.
I don't know, man. I think they were
conjuration.
just like big, like
They were
the
like ring rates. They were basically like
They were
generic
ring-
They were
rates.
ring rates.
It's so much stolen
Yeah.
from the
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
Lord of the Rings,
But
He
Ray
can-
Liotta controlled them
see
from
them-
a blue whirlwind in a pit
and he lives in a
somewhere.
bookstore somewhere.
Yeah.
that's where he is. The whole movie, he's in a bookstore.
An innocent looking bookstore.
Yeah, bro. But
Yeah.
well, the fact is, the books come into place somehow in
That's
this movie.
just fucking
We'll get
stupid.
there. And so he can see these battles.
All right. First of all, let's try to figure this out. He is a sorcerer or wizard or whatever. He can control the Krug. Is he controlling the Krug, or is he telling them to do stuff? Because he's actively controlling.
He's
things.
controlling.
How many things can he do
he's
at
controlling
once?
the ring wraiths, but he's
Which
giving
control the
orders
Krugs.
to the Krug. But actually, he's not really saying anything because they really don't talk. So he's like. Maybe
But
it's
at the end of the
telepathy.
movie, when it's over, they all kind of look around like, what happened to us? Like they were
And that's
under
right.
a spell.
Now, see, yeah, I would have before that shot
I
is
know
what
what I mean?
ruins.
out on that part.
No.
I think my
It's-
brain just
some of
tapped
Before
out.
them,
that,
like, skid
before that
around,
shot, I assumed that he controlled the main ring wraiths.
and they
We're just calling them
telling
ring
what
wraiths
to
at this
do.
point.
basically.
But
He
that's
controls
not what
them.
the case was.
No, because
He was controlling
It
all
was
of
like
them.
it was like Avengers. It was like as soon as the mothership was dead, they all just turned off. Like, well, I guess we're not evil anymore,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and they were like, whatever, and left.
We can live together as in harmony now.
I will learn
If we could go
farming.
back to our lives doing whatever the fuck a krug
Krug
does.
did before
wherever
this.
a krug exists.
We forge weapons and maybe, I don't know, cultivate high-grade coffee. I don't fucking know what a Krug does.
We can come up with
Krug was a fucking
society.
German coffee machine, personally. I don't fucking know.
There's no way. The krug don't do anything.
Well,
All right.
I think that is just an editing or directing fuck up. I think what was intended is like what Jerrod said.
All right.
Is that he's controlling the generals and the generals are telling the troops what to do.
Right. They're basically,
Okay,
they're basically
all
like
right, all
golems.
right.
Like, you just
And I
give
think
them
it's just a
things
messy,
without
shitty
brains.
movie.
You just tell them what to do and they do it.
All
But that's
right,
the thing
all
also.
right.
That leads to another question, though. Is the problem with, we all know the story is obviously terrible.
I like how we're all trying to figure
But
this
is
out.
it bad
Yeah.
storytelling
It's important to
over
know.
bad editing or bad editing over bad
Well,
storytelling?
an hour was edited out of the storytelling.
That's true.
So
Which
the
would be a
answers
terrible fight
could
scene.
be
It
there.
could be in there. God, there's like a 10-minute thing about the krug and how
Makes
they
it
live.
fucking beautiful. It makes you cry. It's so
You're like,
beautiful.
oh God, they're slaves now. Like, make you care about them, make you know about something.
They're like the Smurfs or something.
God, oh,
And oh my god, and Ray Liotta's Gargamel.
Yes. Oh, sweet Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ, that's pretty much what's
all
going
right,
on.
So basically, that's the thing. So the ring wraiths, they're in the
So
village.
he made the best Smurfs movie that exists.
This is
Pretty
a great
much.
Smurfs movie. Well, there's Avatar, and then yeah.
There's Ferngully, there's the Littles, there's
a lot of
Snorts.
And then there's that Smurfs movie at the bottom, the real one. Yeah.
All right, Claire Filani, that's when the ring wraith has really captures her, but before
No,
he
what?
kills. The one
You
after-
don't see what happened to her. She's just gone. You see
She's
that fire,
gone.
She's gone forever.
The kid gets
The
chased
kid.
gets chased.
because Ray Liotta's pissed that farmers killing people. That's all that the connection is.
Right, and that's the first.
He's just
that's the
so good
first
at
meeting.
fighting.
He's
Ray Liotta's
"Who
like,
are
who's
you?"
that guy? Get his kid, and then they slow motion run after his kid into the woods.
No, they don't know it's his kid. Hold on. This is why none of it makes any sense.
What is going on? I don't even know.
So one of the ring wraiths is gonna kill Ron Perlman, and Jason Statham kills the ring wraith.
Right.
And then Ray Liotta's like, "Bah, he killed one of my guys. What a fuckhead, just a farmer, bitch." and then one of the other ring wraiths just walks towards the house. He just goes to her house. You don't know why or what.
Oh right,
And he goes
yeah.
in the house and he kills farmer's wife's parents.
But he looks.
And
for
then
the kid,
while
though.
farmer's fighting the things, he finds the kid, and then the kid goes, "Father,"
And that's
then
how
he
he
kills
knows. Yeah, and he chases
and
the kid.
then he kills the kid.
and he
Why
smushes
did he
the
send
kid.
the ring wraith into a house?
But the ring wraith actually,
Like, before it
Also,
doesn't
the
make
kid's
sense.
corpse
he
was
he
like
actually
half the
looking
size
for
of the kid.
Like he actually looked behind the curtain, didn't hear the kid, but was like, "Huh, there's
Well,
something
he
back here.
senses
Let me look
things.
for it."
He's magic.
Oh God,
Dude,
let's-
it doesn't.
He casts a circle.
So he
of
kills the kid and he turns the
insight
kid
or
into a
something.
potato.
Oh yeah, the kid.
The kid's corpse is like half the size of the kid.
It's so confusing. He's like wrapping it up like a package, and it just looks like a rump roast.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
you're like, whoa,
like he
what
didn't
the
get
fuck?
burned up. What do you mean?
Doesn't just he's just dead. Bury the boy. Bury the boy.
And there's like this music playing over them putting manure on top of the kid. It was manure. It
Dude,
did
that
not
was
look like
dirt.
dirt.
Here's the thing.
And also, the music was like they were fighting off something.
In a
Like
time
they were
of
fighting to
magic
close a
and
door.
sorcery, you'll use whatever it takes to bury your dead to make sure they don't come back.
You're right.
That means burying
Human
your baby
shit.
child and your dung, to make sure it doesn't come back as a zombie. Then
It's
by
true.
all means, these are the sacrifices you must make.
I also enjoy how there's this thing of them burying the parents, the kid, and he's like, "We need one for my wife," and they're like, "Well, they took prisoners," and he's like, "Oh,
So she's
oh,
alive.
she's alive then. Well, we're gonna go get her now." And then
You thought she was
immediately
dead
after,
this
they
whole
just buried 3 people. They're back in the town that was
That
attacked.
means he
There's still
haphazardly
dead
is-
bodies
They're still
everywhere.
dead. They're still
There's
dead,
people
strewn
limping
about.
out of burning houses. It's like, how fast did they bury these
Not to
people?
mention-
Recruits, they took children, they took adults, they took pigs, and they took
A
sheep.
yes. There's
But
a
not
guy
to mention,
runs off with a sheep.
He didn't question anyone in the vicinity about his wife until somebody said something.
Yeah.
Right.
He's burying his kid for like an hour. Like, he didn't say, "Hey, is my wife alive and dead?" What?
Yeah, no, he didn't care.
With his, I guess with his brother-in-law, was like, well, you know, just you lost your son. I lost my parents and my sister and my nephew.
Right.
No, I'm cool though. That's about how I'm doing.
Oh yeah,
And that's
well,
played by Will Sanderson, the only person who's like in almost every U-Boll movie. That's U-Boll's regular cast.
So this is the Sam Raimi, Bruce
He got to
Campbell
be in a
relationship right
Yes.
here.
Yeah, he's just Bruce Campbell. He just sucks.
You know what? Actually, that just made me think about this movie in short.
Did he
just
die?
Army of Darkness, devoid of all hilarity. This is Army of Darkness, except minus all the humor and all the coherent storytelling.
You could
basically.
argue that the Krug look just as good bad as the skeletons in Army of Darkness, but
Yeah.
Army of Darkness is actually funny and awesome.
Yeah.
And this isn't, so you can't forgive it.
This is
And it's
funny
all
by ac-
during
this
the
is funny
day.
by accident.
Oh,
Everything is shot
Everything
during the
except for that
day.
last battle is during
It's shot
the day.
during the day, and these costumes do not hold up. You
No.
can't do it.
And there's such obvious fucking scenes. They're just taken like just shot for shot from
Yeah,
Lord of
from
the
Lord of
Rings.
the
I mean,
Rings. It's
he's
gross.
not even
Like-
trying. It's just one
No.
of those.
And the fight scenes are arduous tasks to get through. They're very long, very over edited.
That's when I almost fell asleep. The second battle, I was like, I can't
Dude,
do this again.
the mid-movie battle is so long. I'm
swear
telling you, it reaches about 20 minutes.
This was a
I couldn't
Saban
believe
production.
that.
This
I
was a
can't
goddamn Saban production. This was just like
Oh, yeah.
Power Rangers and fucking like the like just all the other Saban shows rolled into
Oh
one.
god,
the fight
just
scenes.
talking about the battle scene just made me yawn. I'm
Well,
gonna
the
fall
other
asleep.
movie I was going to recommend we watch if you said no to this was Turbo.
Oh,
Because it's on HBO Go, so it's like
Power Rangers Turbo.
Turbo Power Rangers
I'm
movie.
not gonna lie,
Oh, God.
Shampoo's Trouble is still a good song. I don't care what anybody says. I've said it.
Where are we?
I had the Kasingle for God's sake.
Oh my
No,
god.
So, all right, so now it's
Dude,
Ron
once this
Perlman.
movie gets to the middle, it's like sludge. It doesn't. It all mixes together in one
so Lily
scene.
Sobieski.
Oh yeah,
hold
I forgot
on,
about
hold
her.
on.
Oh
God,
wait.
what's
No, we see
happening?
Matthew Lillard
Alright, not
now.
yet.
They introduce his character
Lily
now.
Sobieski's whole story arc in this movie could be edited out so easily.
I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed.
Stop seducing me. You're seducing me, Ray Liotta. Don't seduce me. And then
All right, hold on. The town gets attacked.
So
They're
many
dead. Then the army shows up with the king, and they're like, "This is shitty. You should join the guard." And Jason Statham's like, "Fuck you." And they're like,
No,
"You don't
you're
talk
right.
to the king like that." And he's like, "Well, I'm gonna walk away." And then the king's like, "No, let him go."
and that's when the wizard sees Ron Perlman.
And he's like, "I know that guy." And he stands in his way.
The wizard being John Rhys-Davies,
Yeah.
the good wizard,
Yes, the good wizard.
not the Wicked
Oh,
Witch of the
God,
West,
Yes,
which is
exactly. He confronts out Ron Perlman goes, I
Yeah.
know you. We've met 30 years ago. And just, he's like,
And
there's
he
this
just won't talk to him.
little bit of backstory where just it leads nowhere. And they're just, have this little back and forth where you're just going, okay, we're supposed to learn something here, but you're not saying anything.
well, it does lead somewhere.
It leads a little
God, I'm yawning too.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, he is. This movie, man.
This movie's like tryptophan to your face.
Yeah.
Christ.
It's like eating half a turkey. Yeah, and it does go somewhere because I'm not gonna say it, but it reveals something later, which is dumb, but it reveals it.
Whether it's good or makes sense.
It does.
It's a whole other ball.
It's one of the
wax,
few
but-
things they actually kept connected to something
It's-
else. So
It's part of the story, for
Yeah.
better or for worse.
Right,
That's
exactly.
what it is.
I feel like we skipped over Galleon and whatever Matthew Lillard's name was.
Right. That's the because actually no.
Oh, by the way, the whole
Yeah.
kingdom is named Ebb, which is a terrible name.
bad. The Kingdom of Ab.
The Kingdom of Ebb, but Galleon and Matthew Lillard are meeting in a dungeon that is somewhere in
Some
between the two
tunnel.
kingdoms, some tunnel system, which is never explained
No, not
in
at all.
any way.
And Matthew Lillard's doing his best impersonation of King John from
But-
fucking Robin Hood.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Let me
Dude, he was killing it in every scene, man. He was
Oh,
like
yeah.
at 12.
It's
for
like King
everything.
John meets Shaggy, just like meets like some effeminate idiot boy king. It was just so much just gesticulation and just
Yeah.
madness in his lines. Like he was ham-fisted out, and I just don't know. It was just one of those. It was beautiful.
I think I can't. I wouldn't think that Uwe Boll told him to do that. I think he was just like he realized what it was and was just like I can just go nuts. It doesn't matter.
I said it while we were watching. I was like, I haven't seen anybody be that flippant in a role as like Billy Zane in Blood Rain.
Yeah.
Where he's just kind of like, like Matthew Lillard does that for like a whole movie as
Yeah.
opposed to 2 scenes in a movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's nuts.
Yeah, he just goes for it.
it was the active version of Steven Seagal's passive fighting style. The polar opposites of each other with that one. It's like, it's it.
Yeah.
Wobble your wrist a little bit.
Get that closer to your
Oh,
mouth.
sorry, I'm right here.
Technical problems. Anyway. Where the fuck are we?
All right, so
Galleon.
we're in the tunnel. We're in
The
Galleon.
tunnel. He's
And
like,
there,
why-
so basically, yeah, because Lillard is trying to plan against the king
Right.
to go with Galleon, who's controlling the Krugs,
yeah.
and their plan is to kill the king so that he can be king.
Right, and the thing is,
Right?
like, the way you,
Right?
it's
Yes.
like, and the plots though are so they become so episodic, where it's like, this didn't work, let's try it this way. This didn't work.
Yeah.
It's like it was watching like 3 episodes of a series, the way he was plotting to try and kill the king and failing every fucking time.
Right. But this first time didn't work.
Right, the first time was
Because the initial attack of the Krug was supposed to be, what? Like, I guess that was supposed to bring out the king's army, right?
It was supposed to actually, I think it was actually supposed just to.
You gotta understand how
God
confusing
damn.
this movie is. If
Was
you
it they gather slaves to build weapons, or was it just a
No, I think
show of force?
the motivation of the Krug getting slaves doesn't even make any sense.
No, it
Because
doesn't.
they're just digging. It's not like it's Temple of Doom where they're trying to find something.
Yeah, I
Right.
They're
don't know
just,
what they're
they're
doing.
just digging.
We gotta
Just turn
do
the
it.
big wheel.
We just
turn
like
the big
we
wheel.
like slavery, I guess. I don't. We're mud people. What do you want?
We have shitty armor.
God,
you
that'd
can
be
see
so
the
funny. Like
zippers.
Krug, like have jobs. Like this is what they do as a hobby.
Yeah.
And they go like, oh, I gotta go to work.
So
Fuck.
they have like people like they have
I
people
gotta
like
stop
chained
enslaving
up.
these
It's like,
people.
Yeah.
do they have a backstock, a surplus of slaves at this point? Where it's just
Right.
like, well, we won't use you yet, but we'll have you on the dock just in case.
That's what I was saying. I could believe it more if they were just eating them.
Yeah, I
That
thought
would
they were
make
gonna eat them.
perfect fucking sense.
Just because where's food coming from anywhere, you
Yeah,
know?
they gotta feed them now.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, eat them. I understand. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying at least I get it.
it would have been interesting. It would have actually made the Krugs
Right.
slightly interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So at this point, Jason Statham, Ron Perlman,
And Will Sanderson,
Will Sanderson
his
are
brother-in-law,
on their way to find his wife.
they're meandering
They
pretty
just
much.
head off in a direction.
Yes.
they don't have a clue where to start.
What Matt just said is not like sarcasm
No,
or anything.
Where would they know where
They're
to
just-
start?
they're
They-
just
He's a
wandering.
fucking farmer.
Yeah, they're just literally just go.
They
It's
go
like
to,
Star Trek, just over there.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
they
fine.
go to a bridge that there's a bridge missing, and they have to like get over this like huge ravine. But they can't take the horses with them, so they have this like.
Which is
large
funny
rope
because it's
line.
like, do you need to go that way? Do you sure she's that way? You're
Yeah.
gonna give up your horses, do this dangerous fucking thing on this terrible bridge wire, and it's like,
Yeah,
but you don't really
Why
know
did
where
you
she
decide
is.
to go there?
Exactly. So they decide to actually tango, and so they decided. So they have these leather strips and try and tango and cash it up. So they like put like their leather strip over the line. And Jason Statham,
zip
he,
line
like,
all the way
rolls through
across,
with
yeah.
zip lines almost
He
all the way
does it, looks
across,
like a
and then
badass.
stops towards the end. He has to like kick his legs up and like
Climb a
because he has
little bit.
upper body strength or whatever.
Yeah, he like basically
Well, he's a
shows
farmer.
himself
I
off
mean,
as a
he
badass.
would have upper body
all that
strength.
turnip pulling, dog.
Yeah,
The sweet
Uh,
turnip
Ugh.
pulls. Boom, boom.
yeah.
So
Super
he gets
Mario 2
across,
like a
and
motherfucker.
Exactly.
Then Ron Perlman and the other guy go at the same time, and it doesn't make any sense.
And then like they slide, and then like Ron Perlman
Because
slides
it's
halfway
funny.
down,
It was
then
funny,
slides
Matt.
back. That was the first comic film. That's one of
Yeah.
those.
And they
moments,
have
you
a
know?
fatal like fall. Like that should have killed anyone. And
Yeah.
they cuts to a shot of them falling, cuts to them in the water going, well, that didn't work very
And
well.
honestly, that would have been the
Cut away.
funniest fucking like
300-foot
most
drop.
hilarious way to kill off 2 supporting characters at the same time for no reason.
They
That
just
would've
explode
Been, and they would've
on
died. Like me and Bob looked at each other. It was just like that would have been fucking hilarious. It's like, well, there goes the 2 backups. It's like watching fucking watching Desperado and having the other 2 mariachi guys.
Right, they just
It's like
explode.
here they go, here
Instantly.
they are, there they go.
Yeah.
Boom.
And it's not even a good effect. It's just like a little blood splatter. Like, zoop. It's like, okay, well, They're gone.
Exactly. Moving on.
Did Jason Statham need anyone's help anyway?
He didn't.
He's like a Terminator ninja. He doesn't need anything.
He didn't need anybody's
He's
help.
not dying ever.
So
So they're just on a quest to find his. They're roaming the woods.
Does he?
that's
His wife
what
is
it
actually
is.
alive.
That's
Yeah,
what
we're in
it
the
is.
woods.
I got it.
Right.
I got it. I made sense of it. Here's what happened. He sent the Krug to attack the town to draw the king out of the castle so that he could put poison in the food. So when he came back,
the king would
he
eat
would-
food.
be poisoned.
Oh, and the castle was populated by about 3 people.
Yeah.
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 And the castle is just some delicious fucking CGI.
Yeah, it's CGI
just-
set. Except like when they're just 2 people talking, it's like the corner of a small real set.
Exactly.
Which is about like, the corner of a room.
Well,
It's great.
Well, also remember, it's the scene where is this the scene now where it's King Bert sharing the food with his...
Well, he comes back and Matthew Lillard's on the throne with a woman,
Right.
and he's like playing fancy yourself or whatever.
Touching her boobies and
Well, no, he says something like "fancy yourself a king" or whatever, or something, and he gets all embarrassed and he's like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
Right.
And that's when it is like more establishes. We skip the thing about the head of the guard and Matthew Lillard hating each other.
Like
Matthew Lillard, nobody likes Matthew Lillard, not even Galleon.
No,
Nobody.
He's terrible.
Dude, he's horrific.
He's like Sean Penn in Carlito's Way. He's just like, if there was
Everyone
like a
hates him.
flamboyant cokehead, like in this time, this would be Matthew Lillard's character. Just like, I'm so sorry.
No. He's
Oh,
doing
fuck
whatever
me.
coke is in that world.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, he's doing it every
He is not
day.
blinking other than
No.
when his like lazy eye is like just drooping for a second. It's weird. Like it's just fucking ridiculous. He's just such.
I almost
Okay.
wish he was Shaggy during the whole movie. He just acted like Shaggy.
That was
So he gets embarrassed and he sends him out, and that's when he goes to Galleon and he's like, "Speed it up. I want to be king now."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, you want me to speed it up? I'll speed it up."
No,
I'll
accelerated.
accelerate it. Yeah, you guys
Accelerated,
are
he
right.
said.
A word
It's
they
like
would never
great-
use.
A great fantasy epic word.
Yeah,
is
acceleration,
accelerate.
because they understand what physics is
Yeah.
in this world with wizards.
Well, wizards also, the gods above were just.
oh God,
The religion
I
don't
forgot where
even.
that is. There's a line where
Yeah.
the king says like, "If the gods would allow," and I'm like, "You're talking to a goddamn wizard. There is no god. You're fighting mud rock monsters that are taking slaves and just making them work aimlessly."
It's
like either
amazing.
You bury your
It's
dead and
like-
live in a pyre. What religion is there?
And
What
physics
where-
exists because they know what acceleration is. This world's awesome.
There's turnip
I bet there's
farmers.
like another continent that's like space aged on this planet,
It's
and they
like-
just don't go there because they're like, dude, those people are fucked.
This
and
planet
just
is
leave
it's
them.
half Flintstones, half Jetsons.
Exactly. Exactly. Right, it's like goddamn Hanna-Barbera nightmare.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Nah, we don't believe in science. We believe in God and wizards. So
But we have
live
these
here.
laser
Okay.
staffs just in case.
I don't know what time we
Who
started. but-
knows?
yeah, we got to get to the end of this
We-
fucking
we're
Oh,
movie.
nowhere
Jesus
near
fucking.
it.
All right.
Dude, it's such a
So that's when
Okay,
he's
let's
like,
get to
speed
the
it
forest,
up. He
the
said,
forest.
speed it up.
Yeah, it's in the
He
forest.
poisons the king.
You're right.
And the guy eats the food, and Matthew Lillard eats the same food, so he's dying too.
Right.
So the king's dying, and then Matthew Lillard's dying, and then
So
he's,
Galleon poisoned the food.
yeah,
Right.
Galleon
Yeah.
poisoned the food, and then he gives him the potion, and he's like, he gives him the antidote, and he's like, remember who has the real power. So like now
Man, if you-
Galleon's the main villain.
Please know how
Even
funny
though it was obvious
these
that he
scenes
was
in
already the
these
villain.
scenes in the dungeon between the two of them are hilarious.
They're fucking brilliant.
They're the
And
best scenes
th-
in the movie.
There's nothing to describe it. It's just you have to watch
You
them.
have to
Matthew
watch
Lillard
it.
and him
it's
are
just-
so good.
It's just sniveling versus toothy grin. And
Yeah.
it's just sad.
And the way
It's
Ray Liotta's
crazy.
wearing this Liberace like
Oh
Dude,
Lord,
he makes
everything he
Michael
wears.
Douglas look like dog shit as far as the Liberace fucking like look
he's
alike.
wearing like this like Dr. Evil shirt, but it has like glitter all down the like
No,
the
it
buttons.
looks like he's wearing like a Doctor Who jacket that's made
I
out
guess,
of velvet.
yeah.
With,
But he
with
in that scene he has
silver-
he has
Velvet
a
Neo,
fringe.
actually.
He
Velvet
has a
Neo,
scarf
kinda
in
like
that
Matrix
scene.
C
Oh
type of-
yeah, yeah.
he has a silk blue scarf in that scene
Oh,
though,
yeah,
and
he,
he
no,
looks
he has an ascot. He wears an ascot. He
ascot,
wears a blue
yes.
ascot. It's awesome.
The worst Hellfire Club member ever since
Yes.
Kevin Bacon. But that's beside the point. No,
And
but,
at the end, he's got that crazy leather jacket.
oh,
where you're
God!
just like,
where he just,
who
where he
cares
just, at this point,
anymore?
just gives him it's like, you know what? I'm Ray Liotta the rest of this movie. I'm just gonna hold your face like this, like a goddamn taco, and you smush it for a second.
Dude, I
and
wish
toss
he
it.
in the last scene he just pistol whipped Jason Statham. It's just the scene from Goodfellas of him just pistol whipping the guy.
All my life, all I ever wanted to be was a wizard.
Is it? Yeah. Anyway, let's get to the forest because let's get to the
Jason
fucking
Statham's
forest.
walking through the forest. They get
Like
magic
90 minutes of this
vines.
movie are in a forest.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
So there's a bunch of vines, magic vines grab them, and then there's
It's
tree
controlled by
ladies.
Terminator 3. That's
Yes,
that
whatever-
woman.
whatever her name
Blood
is.
Rain.
Goddamn Sarah Brightman video or something. It just.
Yeah, there's Cirque du Soleil happens. All
Right.
these women come out of the trees on vines, rolling around and shit, and they're like, "These are our woods."
We
And
don't.
they're like,
Do we ever know what their names are? or
no,
anything?
no,
Just wood nymphs,
no.
Just
It-
wildlings, lost,
we don't know
lost
anything.
Ladies, something. I don't know. Poison
Vine
ivies,
people,
Poison
fine.
ivies. I don't know. It's fucking just something weird.
They're like, "We don't fuck around. We don't mess with the wards of men. So get out of here." And they like lead them to the edge of their
And it's
domain.
just them wearing like Ren
all
Fair gear
five,
too.
All
Yeah.
5 women. They're just basically just
worst
contorting while
Poison
going,
Ivy
we don't
cosplayers.
discuss the affairs of man here, man's wars. We're just going. Okay, but you're still like stretching your legs and just doing. I can't take you seriously right now.
Also-
I'm just watching. you
Yeah,
and
they're still
going, huh?
bipedal women. They're
They
not
had
like
magic
yeah.
powers, right? It's never none of this. It's just everything.
because
you're supposed to-
the vines moved by themselves,
but then
it just
seem-
looked like Circus du Soleil, and it
But
just
it's still like
And- yeah,
pulling
or
on
rope.
vines though too, and they're basically just Ren Fair female Tarzan cosplayers, I guess, just swinging through the fucking vines.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everything.
And they don't have a name. They don't have whatever. It doesn't matter. God, it really doesn't.
No.
I don't even know.
I was just- it was just-
Yeah,
I was like, hey guys, here's more ladies for you. There you go.
they serve such a little purpose in the movie. It's amazing.
Yeah. It's, all right. So then they exist. They leave him there. That's when Jason Statham finds his wife. But as soon as he finds his wife, he gets knocked unconscious, and she wakes up and doesn't see him. It's fucking stupid.
Oh yeah, in the Krug village, in the rain
Yeah.
and everything.
The
yeah.
Krug. We don't even need to talk about
Where
that.
the slave camp that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And then, so then Jason Statham gets hung because Ray Liotta's like, "You again, you fuck,
Right.
I'll kill you." And then he escapes by killing a ring wraith while he's being hung.
While he's
Right.
being hung.
But then he passes out for some reason.
And then the wizard, played by Ryhs-Davies,
Yeah, just
is
goes.
like who was what like
he
like
was just gallivanting
miles
through a fucking
away.
field.
days away
In the
This
sun,
happened-
everything's
That's
so
right,
green.
because he finds him, and that's when he discovers who he is by recognition, right?
Right, but then also remember also the part where me and Matt just both got confused because he was hung. Jason Statham, Farmer was hung, like he suffocated.
Yeah.
He's fixated on rope. Suddenly, the good wizard Davis
Yeah,
has the
shows
fucking bottle of medicine,
Right. That brings him back.
medicine from suffocation.
Yep.
Sure, why
Well,
not?
he's a
Also pointed out
wizard.
He pursed his lips. He's supposed to be unconscious or
Yeah,
dead.
he like purses his
and
lips.
he pursed his lips
Right.
before the thing hit his lips. It was pretty good.
And in this scene is when John Ryhs-Davies discovers or realizes that he is the king's son.
somehow he figures that out, dude.
It's
Everything John Ryhs-Davies says.
I'm pretty sure the rest of the movie from this point on was
Is
like
John
as
Ryhs-Davies-
they were shooting written.
No, I'm telling you, John Ryhs-Davies. His character would say something. It would be true, but there was no reason that he would know it.
He was two
So he'd
pages
be like,
ahead
"This
of
is the
everyone
king's
else's script.
son," and you're like, "What?"
Honestly, he was two
Galleons.
I'm a wizard.
He goes, "Galleons controlling the Krug." How do you know that? How do you know that? And then he goes, "Yeah, the Duke was in charge of this thing." You're like, where are you getting information? When? You're
was a
not
spoiler.
around, and
He
then
was
you
a
just show up
goddamn
and tell us what
spoiler.
done.
He was 2 pages ahead of the rest of
Yeah.
the fucking actors.
John
Like,
Ryhs-Davies
by
like,
the
"This
way,
movie sucks.
happens.
I'm just gonna read ahead and start saying stuff early."
By the way, he's your real dad. Okay, spoiler. Sorry.
Yeah.
Walk away
He's
now.
giving spoilers to the movie he's in.
I'm gonna die soon. That's my daughter. I love you. Bye.
What?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so
really?
Lillian-
Julian, he's the bad guy. Yeah, he did this whole
So
thing.
Jason Statham is the son of Burt Reynolds.
But they don't either one of them.
So he's the
they're both
rightful
like-
heir. Well, he's the rightful heir to the throne now.
Yes, not Matthew Lillard.
Right.
Ugh.
It's so exhausting.
After
So then-
remember after Burt Reynolds is poisoned, then the armies go to Matthew Lillard.
Matthew Lillard steals 2 legions
To go to the forest.
to go to the Krug base.
Well, yeah.
And he's like, and the guy's like,
And they-
"I don't know. The king didn't say anything." And he kills him. And he goes, "Anybody else What if he just arrested for treason? Or so however the fuck he said
Well, no,
it was
because
crazy.
Matthew Lillard tells the Legions and that they're gonna fight with the Krug.
Yeah, they showed
Right.
the Krug
So then
camp,
it's
and they're
like,
like, what's
no
going
one's
on?
like, wait, didn't we leave to fight the
Krug?
Krug? Why the hell are we even gone? What the fuck's happening?
Yeah.
It makes so little
They
sense.
hang out with the Krug for like 2 days.
Right,
Yeah.
and Lillard just because
It's
I'm the new
insane.
king now. This is my decree. We're all gonna be friends now.
Yeah.
And that's what happens. Like, okay, this is what I guess.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
no
it's
one
nuts.
understands what's happening at this point. It's just ludicrous. It's
the one-
ludicrous.
Except the one soldier later on.
Oh, wait, we're not there yet. That shit was beautiful.
Oh,
Yeah,
God, so
yeah.
good.
We'll get to
All
that.
right,
It's
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So then they're like, well, fuck. John Ryhs-Davies makes the king okay, but still tells him he's gonna die. It was weird.
The king's
like,
dying very slow from poison that was killing Matthew Lillard like instantly.
yeah.
And he's way healthier than the king was
Yes.
in general.
So they
Whatever.
take the rest of the legions out with Farmer, who joins up. No. Yeah,
They go to
whatever.
the forest and they meet up with Lillard, and Lillard is then he is
With
They
the
knock-
10th, with the 10th and 12th
the
brigade,
king.
I guess.
Well, the king.
And
The
the
king takes away his power.
Yes. The king goes, yeah, I'm here, I'm alive, and all the other guy,
You try to poison me, so
The guy goes, yeah, the 11th and 12th brigade are with you, and he's
Also,
like, I
it's the
still have an
king's
army of
right hand
Krug, I don't
man,
care.
the black dude, the king's right hand man. That was actually he was training.
Lily, so he has to.
Yeah, at the beginning of the movie, where he's just guess like the right hand man / like he knew Matthew Lillard's character from when we were little kids, which we discover later on in the
Yeah.
fight scene.
Oh,
yeah.
Can we
So-
not? It's,
God.
boy, it's so fucking.
I'll do
bland.
anything to get out of this forest, man. It's
Oh no!
it's
you can't.
we're in there so long.
Side
for a
note, also,
while.
the one scene where the king is dying, where Burt Reynolds is dying, you see a person in the chamber room with a mask, which looks kind of off, and then you realize when the big fight scene happens, the epic battle in the woods, which again happens for most of the fucking movie, we have fake-ass pseudo-orcs, we have the Krug, we have the king soldiers, we have peasants that appear and disappear
Oh yeah.
every 30, 40 seconds, and then just because fuck it, ninjas.
Ninjas.
Goddamn
Ninjas, dude,
ninjas.
and women, the tree women and ninjas. It was just like,
Who
What
is, I don't know who's for what or who's with who has a secret allegiance to what at this
what
point.
legion is there a ninja legion? Are they considered a legion? There's only like 8 of them.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right, so they're like, we're gonna go fight. We're gonna have to fight. We need to fight,
And they fight.
and they fight forever.
Ever. It's a movie
It
within
sucks.
itself.
It
It's
sucks so
and
hard.
it's so boring.
It's so
These are
boring.
the most boring fights.
They're not necessarily badly choreographed or anything. It's just like so much of the same shit for no reason
How
That's
do you
to.
have
when,
such
that's
a
when
large-
they started setting them. The Krugs just start setting themselves on fire and
And a
shooting
catapult
themselves out of
in the
catapults.
woods.
It's awesome.
Dude, yeah, the Krugs
Volleys
give
of
up.
arrows. With volleys of arrows.
Oh yeah, there's volleys of arrows in a dense forest.
It's great.
You wouldn't get. Yeah.
Like you said, man, the
No.
Krugs literally set themselves on fire and catapult themselves.
As weapons.
It's almost like, so are they in pain? Can they withstand being
They're
lit on
just trying
fire?
They said
around,
they're completely
they're just
under
around
his
touching
control.
other
See,
people
that's what I'm
and setting
saying,
them on
they're
fire
under his
instantly
control.
by touching
But I'm
them.
saying if they can like handle being on fire, how are they cutting them with swords?
Because they're under the wizard power. I'm telling you, man. He was controlling them.
Oh, yeah, also, we found too that the Krugs can burrow under the ground
Oh,
as
yeah,
well.
Dude,
super
don't even.
fast. Jesus
I
Christ.
hate that they didn't edit that out. That is.
Why
They
did
literally
that?
can
I
burrow
thought those were-
faster than Bugs Bunny. It's,
I thought they were fucking the Vine women. Like,
I
just
thought
like
it was going to be a new monster.
no.
right, or like the Vine women or something. Some
Why
huge
aren't they
trap.
doing that?
No.
Matt was like, they're doing that faster than they're running. It's
Yeah, they run like they're infirm. They have this weird like hobble, and
but they're burrowing at like 40 miles an
Oh
hour.
my god, were the
Stupid.
Vine women just really shitty versions of the fucking war trees from? Oh,
Oh,
my, oh
Jesus.
sweet Jesus Christ! Like we couldn't get any type of walking, moving CGI tree.
Nah.
Let's have 5 acrobats just pulling a vine. And
Whatever.
against
whatever.
a horde of thousands, 1, 2 at a time. It's gonna toss them with the goddamn vine. Okay.
Okay, the fight scene happened.
During a fight scene, Matthew Lillard
Jesus Christ.
is just taking like pot shots at at Burt Reynolds with a bow and arrow, and Burt Reynolds sees one of them and doesn't move.
He's just saying
And then
that
he gets
anyone
shot in
can
the
kill Burt
fucking
Reynolds.
chest. It's just
Anyone.
Just exactly.
He's
Like,
But-
shot right in the fucking chest.
By Matthew Lillard.
Why?
After 20 minutes of just taking shots.
You spent all this time planning shit when you were just gonna out in the open fucking shoot
shoot
him with an arrow in plain view of everyone.
Right?
Why didn't you just stab in the damn cast?
That's just a lazy.
I didn't think
that's
of
just,
that.
That's
That's
just
really
lazy
fucking
planning.
crazy. That's really fucking
That's just when you
crazy.
give up. It's like, fuck this. I'm just gonna do it myself. Eventually, just
So-
over a period of minutes.
So the king goes down, and Matthew Lillard retreats, and they're like, "We gotta regroup, bury our dead or something." And the king is like, "I'm gonna die." And Matthew Lillard retreated, but there's no Krug with him. It's him and like 6 guys.
It's him and like
and they
there's
get
no one.
killed. Everybody but him gets killed by the tree
No,
women.
no, but there's that one line that Matthew Lillard says to the other soldier, where it's like, "This
Oh,
is
yeah. Oh, the battle's going on. Yeah, what does he say? I forgot. The guy's response was like, "Great." Oh, that's what. A bunch of Krugs start beating a guy, like mauling at this dude, and he
Right.
goes, "They fight like animals," and like soldiers like, "Yeah,
They are
It's like,
animals.
what?"
It's like,
Have you
yeah.
not been awake? What? None
That's
of
the
this.
most genuine response. It's like
He
awesome.
could
His
have been
face
more
is like,
annoyed by
dude.
that question. It's like, well, yeah, they're Krugs. That's what
They do.
We've been
Who the fuck
watching
is
him
this
kill
guy?
people for like
Yeah.
20 goddamn minutes. Yeah.
So they all get wiped out except him, and then he gets captured by the tree women.
and they give him to Lily Sobieski.
Who
brings
brings-
back-
who brings
just-
him-
I'm
God.
just steamrolling towards the glove. At this
I know.
point. I just
Which
like,
is not
I gotta
even-
get to this glove.
The gauntlet, actually.
Gauntlet,
but
gauntlet.
Which her father, Jonathan Rhys-Davies, is.
Yeah.
gone.
we're basically describing that Matthew Lillard leaves the forest,
And then
everyone
comes
gets
back, like,
killed,
10
and then he
minutes
gets right back.
Right while they're like licking their wounds.
Yeah,
he's
it's
captured.
nothing happens,
And
essentially.
the guard goes, "Oh well, good." It's like, yeah, she did it by herself.
This man just shot the king. What you should be like,
Well,
wow.
took you guys days. She made it from where she was from to the battle in one afternoon.
Yeah.
Like, she just, like, woke the morning, like, you know what? Put my armor on. I guess I'm going to battle.
Which is
And
great
got
'cause-
there so quick.
Her character is so insignificant in this movie.
Yeah, she didn't need to
To
be
show
around.
her being so like triumphant, it's almost like, but she's not a part of this movie, really.
Yeah, she
she's
really
just
isn't.
some person
It's
that
always going to have the
has-
empowered character, but just actually
She
have
only
a
needed to
story
exist
for
so
a
that
reason
Ray-
why.
She only needed to exist so Ray Liotta had slightly more
Power.
power than
John Rhys-Davies.
That's
But here's
it.
the thing.
That's all he existed for. So for when they had their wizard battle, he would win because he was slightly more powerful.
And also, too, they're
Yeah.
traumatized you by
Slightly
watching Ray
more
Liotta
powerful.
make out with someone. Which, I'm sorry, that was just fucking
Yeah, it was disgusting. It was absolutely disgusting. His face looks like taut leather. You know what I mean? Like it's just oil.
I'm telling you, yeah,
It's so disgusting.
it's probably
Um,
bulletproof.
So Matthew Lillard comes back. The head of the guard is like, "Take your armor off." we're there, man. We made it.
Which,
we're
and even then,
fast-forwarding.
describing the
yeah,
scene,
it's pointless, but I want to do it anyway.
the scene's a
He
work
goes,
of
"Take
art.
off." He's like, "We're gonna have a sword fight. Take off your armor." And Matthew Lillard starts taking it off.
This whole little, like, story
And there's a
thing.
guy
Like,
standing.
There's a soldier like staring at the side of Matthew Lillard's face. Like
a soldier
4
we
feet
don't
from
know
him.
by name.
Yeah,
he's just a guy.
This dude.
And Matthew Lillard's like taking off his thing and like talking about how he cut the guy's face, but he's doing it all like effeminately and
Yeah.
like foppishly. And when he gets
He
to
is a
taking
dandy
off,
fop in
yeah,
this.
when he
It's-
gets to
it's
taking
beautiful.
off his gauntlet, he takes it off and then like so limp-wristedly throws it at the chest of the guard that's been staring at him. And just like looks at him all weird. It's so fucking funny. It's out of control, man. He's just like,
The guard's just like, what? It's like, really? What did I do?
It's not. We are not the only people to notice this scene.
yeah,
It's on the internet. I've seen it on YouTube and stuff, so I know other people have seen it and been like, "Why did that happen?"
Yeah,
it's
it's
so
real.
If
weird.
you just slow motion that scene to that Simpsons like glove slap
Yeah.
episode, that's that song that people confuse. That would be amazing.
It's like he's having like a mini orgasm.
oh, there you go.
Oh,
Oh,
this.
damn.
ish.
All right, we need to. Oh God! I mean,
So
for
he-
more, not just cause that went off. We need to. I didn't have anything when we started. This movie it's sad. It's draining.
Yeah. So then
It's
they
It's
have a sword fight. The guard
soul
wins, and
siphoning.
he's about to like cut his fucking head off. And they're like, "The king is dead." And then he's like, "You won't kill me because I'm the king now, and you're honor bound because you're a bitch."
and then he's like, "Long live the king," and nobody cheers.
Yeah, he's like, "Hip hip huzzah,
Huzzah!
hip hip huzzah!" And then John Ryhs-Davies is like, "The king is dead, but this is their new king, the farmer." And I said it. I was like, "That's the only reason there were villagers in the
So
in
they
the
would
battle."
know,
So that
yeah.
They
when
appear, like the first time since the beginning of the battle, where it's like there's villagers, then there's no villagers at all. There's just dead knights without
No,
fucking
and then
elements.
now there's villagers,
there's
villagers
villagers
again.
again, and then he steps out from them, like, "Oh,
so they can hide him. Yeah.
it's so dumb." And then he's like, "I'm the king. We're gonna bury people and then go fight them tomorrow."
Am I the only one that thinks that this movie is a perfect like demo reel for Matthew Lillard to play the Mad Hatter in a live action?
That'd be pretty good.
Yes.
That'd be pretty good.
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to derail it, but I'm just thinking about him just being the Mad Hatter.
But all right, so we move forward now. So basically,
You just want to think about anything else at this
so
point.
basically
I don't-
now,
yeah, I
basically
don't-
now, the entire bulk of the king's forces begin to assemble against a massive Krug army, while four people go after Ray Liotta.
John Ryhs-Davies, Lily Sobieski,
Jason
the
Statham.
Jason
Statham.
Statham, and Christiana
Loken. They go after
Oh.
Gallium wherever the fuck he lives in that
He
library
lives-
on the side of a
It's
mountain.
a library in a piece of rock.
It's whatever.
Yeah, that they have to
basically
swing
Junior Soren, basically, just like
Yeah.
it
Right.
was just oh god, it was so fucking terrible.
So
They have to like fling.
We don't even
Jason
really talk
Statham
about-
at it. I don't.
there's
Who
a
cares?
there's basically the Battle of Helm's Deep. That is the Krug on the side of a hill while it's raining in the mud at night
And then they're breaking into a castle during the day.
during the day. And then they have a weird wizard battle. I mean, it's
John Ryhs-Davies, and him
has a
have
wizard
this
battle
sword
with-
fight, and then it's a wizard sword fight. John Ryhs-Davies
right.
dies.
No, wait. Ray Liotta stabs him through the body with a wizard sword that
Yeah,
actually
that's what-
dissipates,
and then
dissipates through his body and then turns into a sword
on the
again
wall
on
and
the
kills
wall.
him.
I never
It's
thought,
so
I
weird.
never say this, but that was the most boring wizard fight I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I have never thought I'd be able to say those words out loud and mean it, but that was just
Bad.
bad.
There was less
They were just
wizardry
standing there.
in
They were
that
just
fight
standing.
than the fight with him and Statham.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Way
Statham
less.
isn't a wizard.
Nope.
He's
a
just
man.
punching.
He just knows parkour.
He's just a
I guess.
farmer.
Yeah, he's just
He's
a
just
farmer.
a simple farmer.
A very agile farmer. A very limber farmer.
Yeah.
So he
That knows wushu.
Ray Liotta just leaves John Ryhs-Davies in that room, and then Lily Sobieski shows up, and he's like, "I'm going to give you my power," and he
'Cause you
makes
can
her
do that.
Stronger. He just makes her super strong.
Why didn't he give it to the king?
Can you give it to anyone?
I don't know. I guess
Does it take
she had the
something to
magic.
be a
She
wizard?
had the magic in her. She had the gene. She had the mutant gene. So
But if your king's gonna, if the new king's gonna fight the main bad guy,
Who is
gonna
a
have, like,
wizard?
a little ace in his pocket, this little backup.
maybe you can't
Some
wield it.
Midichlorians, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, we also forgot at some point Ray Liotta smelled Jason Statham on Claire Forlani.
Oh,
went,
right.
yeah.
He was like sniffing her all weird and was like he was on. I can sense him on,
On you.
And you have another baby.
Oh yeah,
you have his son.
You have his son. That's what it was. And so he's
Her being
got
pregnant
her.
had no bearing on the rest of the movie.
No.
No.
Then Jason Statham shows up. He tries to have a sword
Him
fight
and
with
Gallion,
him.
they have a hilarious fight that we
It's-
don't need to subscribe, but you need to watch that fight.
Ray
because
Liotta
Ray
jumping
Liotta
around and floating
is
awesome.
amazing.
It looks like the
It's really
90s
cool.
Fox.
It was the reason the
made for
movie
TV
should have
Doctor
been
Strange
made.
Movie. It was just like this, such like Ray Liotta doing wire work.
Amazing.
Fucking amazing. That's worth it alone.
Yeah.
Just find it on YouTube. Just fucking find this Ray Liotta
And you're right.
flowing.
Seeing Burt Reynolds do that wire work would have been
Right?
hilarious.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Dude. That would have been fucking awesome.
And the way that it ends by Ray Liotta harnessing the books, which books have never been a part of this movie up
yeah,
until
he
this
uses
point.
a book tornado.
A book
to
tornado.
trap Jason
The
Statham.
fact that a book tornado made an
Not all
appearance.
the candles that can produce massive amounts
That's a
of
fire.
flame.
No, a
Just-
book tornado.
He's got the book tornado, and then Lily Sobieski comes in and does nothing of help. No, enough. All she does is distract enough. He goes, Is this a revenge? I'm so tired. I'm so tired.
It's
so
this
close.
is revenge against my father, revenge against your son, or revenge against
No, revenge for your revenge as a king, revenge as a father, and then the mother stabs him. It's like it's
Revenge of a
about the
mother.
Revenge of a mother.
Yeah, it was revenge of the daughter, revenge of the king, revenge of the father. Because like it just So
Right.
basically, sword goes through Ray Liotta. No. Actually,
then-
Jason Statham slices his neck. They have that really weird samurai like Ninja Gaiden type of like sword.
Right, yeah. And then he grabs his neck, and
Guys.
that's it. Then him and Claire Florani like kiss.
And he goes, I've always wanted to tell you this.
I love.
I love you,
As you're having my second child.
child. Never said it until now.
We
so.
lived together. We had a kid. It's dead now. By the way, I love you. There you go.
Movie over.
God.
Ron Perlman died in a fucking dungeon somewhere.
Are we showing his death?
And
Yeah,
then the
he
music.
dies. He dies.
Oh, that's right. He died. There's
Yeah.
a whole breakout.
And the music is terrible. There's a stuntman named Doctor something or
Oh, yeah,
another.
there's a doctor who's a stuntman.
It's just like I
have to drive home. I'm gonna die.
I remember we tried watching too at one point during a party or something, and it's somehow way more boring than this one. It was just unthinkable, but it had less. It was talking. It was
just
all
yeah,
dialogue,
It was just
This
Dolph
Dolph
Lundgren
Lundgren talking
heavy,
to knights,
which
and
is what
going-
you want out of Dolph.
this wasn't as bad as being, say, 21 years old, super hungover, watching Requiem for a Dream unrated first thing in the morning. But this was definitely one of those. It's in my brain now, and it won't go away.
Yeah.
Like I remember too much of it now.
I remember the two things I liked, which was the wizard fight at the end and the gauntlet throw.
The gauntlet throw, the ninjas, like just
The ninjas
choreographed-
existing. I
the
don't like
synchronized-
watching them fight.
Just it was like even that was boring. It's like how do you make ninjas boring?
It's because you don't care about anything happening. I mean, action doesn't work if you don't care about what's going on at all. And this
Oh,
is
we
so.
forgot this.
What?
Ron Perlman saved Jason Statham as a child at a battle.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Or I don't know.
Is that
Do we
important?
need to- I don't know. No one cares.
No one's gonna
Because
watch
that's
this movie.
that's when John Ryhs-Davies
so
when he
tired.
pulls Ron Perlman
so
aside.
fucking tired.
Okay. Well, it's on Netflix. I still think Uwe Boll is a genius. I think his career is like that's the work of art, and this is just another piece of that puzzle.
Gentlemen, I want to thank you for. I've had many choices on how to spend a Saturday, and now I'm not flaked out, and I'm here, and I instantly regret not flaking out again. No, I'm joking. Thank you very much for having me, guys.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming. I'm sorry for a 2-hour.
I'm
I chose
sorry.
a 2-hour movie too.
I'm sorry you're gonna die in the car on the way home because I'm just gonna pause.
I have no regrets.
So long.
Avenge me.
The fact that there is another hour of movie.
I want to watch it, but I also don't.
Look how tired you are now.
I
Imagine
know. Can I just-
we'd still be watching it.
There'd be more things we've forgotten about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd have to explain so much more about so much nothing.
All right.
So much.
All right.
We're done. We have to be done. I need a cot and a fucking saline drip to make sure I
God,
don't
no.
die in my sleep because
You really
brain
need.
might just
You
shut
do.
down.
You need glucose bad.
Here's some coffee. I'll buy you a coffee.
You look like you're in the movie Thinner. You're just getting thinner, Matt. All right. All right. Good night.
Bye.
What a shit movie.
You have just listened to Bonus Disc. Questions, comments, and movie suggestions can be posted to facebook.com/bonusdisc. Opinions and criticisms of the hosts and guests of Bonus Disc are 100% valid because they sit high atop Judgment Mountain. So quit your whining.